What is going on, everybody? I found this really cool trail in the backwoods of Colorado. I'm not really sure where I am. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. The road's maybe about half a mile that way. But it looks like a good spot to start today's hike and see what there is to see. Alright, so the scene I just stopped for is this S-curve trail right behind me with the aspens in full. So what I'm shooting is rated about 100mm, f9, 2-second timer, ISO 100, polarizer on the front to make sure we get all that color. Truly a remarkable scene. So here's the setup, focused right in on the aspen trees, right in the middle. And as soon as the light comes, I'm gonna grab it. Such an awesome spot. Looking forward to see what else there is to see. So I was actually able to grab that scene in a couple different types of light, which is really cool. Some with direct light on it, really making the aspens glow. And then another one when a big cloud ran overhead. Kind of made this really cool even lighting where the trunks almost look blue against the yellow leaves of the aspens. Such a cool trail. One thing I hear a lot, especially from photographers, is that, we can only really go out and shoot in the golden hours and blue hours between, 5, 7 a.m. and 5 to 8 p.m. depending on time of year. And granted, that does give probably the best light, but as you can see today, there's not a cloud in the sky. However, hiking through these trails, there's lots of shade cover. It doesn't necessarily mean that we can only go out at sunrise and sunset, because there's a lot of really amazing subjects to be seen, especially when walking back in these heavily shaded and wooded trails. So don't ever feel like you're restricted to only those golden and blue hours. There's definitely lots to see during the day. One thing I've realized on this trip is that I've really kind of grown away from using wide angles. Shooting any sort of mountain or scenery other than maybe a waterfall, I just don't ever really seem to gravitate to the 16-35 for some reason anymore. It's a great lens. I use the 16-35 f4 image stabilized version from Canon. I love it. It's super sharp, extra lightweight compared to the big 24-70. But there's definitely such a thing as including too much in the scene. And I think that's why I'm particularly drawn to this 100-400. It's so easy to just pick out one particular part of the scene that I'm really interested in. And it gives a different perspective, especially with the new iPhones and everything coming out. Wide angle is not as unique, I guess you could say, as a 400mm compressed mountain landscape. Alright, so I'm sure it's hard to see in that video, but the leaves right here on this tiny little aspen tree are the normal yellow, but they have a ton of little black speckles through them, and it almost looks like leopard print. Easily the coolest change of color that I've seen so far on this trip, so I had to stop and get this image. As you can see, the leaves are just dancing in the wind, and I really got to time it so that I get a nice calm couple seconds with no wind, so that those leaves will hold still. And really focused in at about 400mm. F5, gonna isolate it from the background. 2-second timer, so gotta make sure there's no wind coming through, and yeah, it looks incredible. So just as I was about to pack up and head back to the car, the sun broke through and lit up this tiny little aspen that I was shooting with the leopard print on it, and I didn't even have enough time to set up the video. I had to grab it right away before the light changed, and easily one of my favorite shots of this entire trip, and it's something with no grand vistas. So another tip is always be looking out for small tiny details that you really catch your eye. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. I hope you liked this one from my hiking trip through Colorado. Getting a little bit of fall color, something different from the beach. So yeah, thanks as always for watching, and be sure to look me up on Instagram at Avoiding Concrete. Check out my website if you are interested in any of the prints that I might have available. And yeah, shoot me an email if you want any of the images that I took today as a print. Happy to make those up for everybody. So yeah, happy trails. Hope you get some good hiking in, and yeah, looking forward to bringing you what the rest of my trip to Colorado is. Take care.